Yo, you tuning into the Notion Podcast. I'm your host, Dizzy D Spill, with my co-host in the building.
Joanna Evans, man, you know what's up.
Secure Poe.
Okay. Finally got a location. All right, cool.
Yeah,
How y'all doing, fellas? How's life treating you real quick, before we dive into the madness?
I'm good.
All right, so I'm I've been good. The kids' birthdays was yesterday, or I celebrated the kids' birthdays yesterday.
Both of them?
Yeah, because Jaheen's birthday was Wednesday, and Naturi was on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah. So you just did like a joint party?
Not really. I didn't do no parties.
I was like, can't do a joint party. They kids.
It wasn't no party.
Yeah.
Joint party sounds lit though.
Yeah, I mean,
no pun intended.
Yo.
All I seen was "Don't Be a Menace" and they jumping and flattening dude. It was I took Naturi and my niece to Sky Zone.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it's like American Gladiator type joint. And then Jaheim and about 3 or 4 of his friends and my pops and then my mom and everybody went to Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
That's where he wanted to go. So
Roadhouse.
yeah.
All right, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay, well, business as usual, man. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
Nah, hold on. How you doing?
Yeah, hold on. I was. He said business as usual. That's not business as usual.
I mean, business is usual as usual.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
He
saying?
wasn't here last time. Business is usual.
Yeah, as usual. It's the same. It's the same program. I mean, I'm straight, but
business been pretty.
some of the topics, that I've been itching to talk about is a little triggering for me. You know what I'm saying?
So he ready.
Yeah. I'm
comfortable. Got his.
Yeah.
I see what you did right there, though.
The Malcolm?
I like the hue of the colors, and then you got I see what you did.
Yeah, man, just a little bit.
Coordinating.
Just a little bit. I'm trying to get on y'all level. Y'all coordinate. You know what I'm saying? So I'm inspired.
What's on the feet?
I'm inspired. These are the
Comfort Zone Jordan
Comfort
ones.
Zone. Yeah.
So he comfortable today.
But these shoes are actually comfortable.
Yeah, of course they are. There's extra padding.
Yeah, they're actually comfortable.
No, there is. I know the shoe.
Well, it's a
Think about who's saying this.
Yeah, all right.
But check it out like this though. These are recycled material too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm being environmentally
aware.
Yeah. But these are like one of my most comfortable pair of sneakers.
That shit ain't saving LA, so whatever.
Yeah,
niggas.
I mean, it's a good segue.
Like,
it's a good segue. LA, Los Angeles, California is on fire.
They always on fire, man. It's always popping out there.
Yeah,
that looks crazy.
Literally,
nightlife, celebrities.
It's literally on fire right now.
It do be lit.
But
all right, let's get it out the way. Drake is responsible for the fires. I found out.
Whoa,
Drake is responsible for the fires.
I was intrigued. I was like,
you went down there a super rabbit hole.
He hot. He mad at Kendrick. He mad at LA.
Oh, so Drake is the reason.
Yeah, he went down there.
I see what you're saying.
There's no other explanation.
Got it.
He went down there and threw some fireworks in some places they shouldn't be.
It's
and left.
crazy because
it's believable. No, I'm playing.
Then you gotta start thinking like he did. If Drake burned up LA, that's crazy.
That would be crazy.
And went back to Toronto.
Just crazy, but
ASAP.
Yeah, normally we see these fires and they be in like residential or more woody areas.
They're in residential areas.
No, but they on the streets, nigga. It was banks burning up. Like, it was on a regular, not a regular street, but like a street where there's like commercial buildings.
Yeah.
Like it's
rare.
Yeah, we don't really see the fires catch in those type of areas.
They're usually controlled. It's like in a field.
That's a result of a riot.
Yeah. I mean, in the 90s, that there was like something that triggered it. But there's a lot of conspiracy theories behind this situation.
Well, what's your theory? Because I think it's one that sounds very plausible and probably true.
So, okay, I read several things. I read an article that said that a lot of residents in LA were losing fire insurance 3 months or a few months before this happened.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was also an article that I looked at that talked about plans to like restructure LA to be like this more kind of like how Silicon Valley is, where it's more like tech driven and stuff like that. Well, the only way that you can do that is to destroy and rebuild. So then there's that conspiracy theory with that. And then, like I said, I think the big one was the insurance thing for me. That's the big one. And then before we even started, I looked at an article where now the rent prices are crazy because all of these people need somewhere to stay temporarily. And so like the houses, something that like, for example,
demand raises the price.
Yeah. So there could be somebody I seen a listing that they showed in the article that was $16,000 to rent a home that was $16,000 to rent. I'm assuming a luxury home. Now it's $29,000 to rent, doubled in price. So I don't know, man.
I this is how I would look at it. What's the current damage? I think it's in like 15 billion or more in damage. These insurance companies are, if it's one singular company, I'm not sure, but I imagine that these insurance companies are receiving and seeking out data in order to determine what their cost of it, how much they would have to pay into these claims, because they know this is a yearly thing. So they're also receiving data, knowing what is to come, right, based on conditions and all different variables. So I'm imagining they've been doing some sort of data collection over time, but it's like hurricanes and tornadoes. Like you can't really say this is when it's going to happen, but you can get kind of like a period of time prior to that's like maybe a couple months, a week, or a few days or whatever, where you know that the conditions that are happening will lead to this. Right. So I'm pretty sure they already knew. If you're saying like 3 months before that, there were so many different residents who didn't get their insurances renewed. Well, whatever amount they're paying into the insurance is not going to be equivalent to the amount that the insurance companies would have to pay into different claims, right?
Right.
So to me, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. I know you got some facts over there, Jelani. Go ahead.
I don't really deal in conspiracy, so I just, climate change. That's all it really comes down to, if you ask me. Like,
are you saying the reasoning, or are we?
I'm gonna get into all of that.
Okay.
So, let's think about the issues Southern California has had as far as weather over the last couple of years. That's uncommon for that area.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. There's a song. You know that song? It Never Rains in Southern California?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's not like that no more. Nah.
Yeah, it rains more often.
Yeah, a lot more often. Matter of fact, read this to you. Oh, there we go. In 2021 and 2022, LA was pounded by heavy rainfall, which put vegetative growth on hillsides, canyons, and woodland areas on steroids. Drought conditions that returned in 23 and 24 turned those areas into dried out tinder boxes just waiting to ignite. So, due to climate conditions and a lot of things changing in that region, in that area, it kind of set it up for what it is now. Okay. And the insurance companies were already starting to tell people, with the way things are going, we don't know if we're going to be able to renew. If you get this type of information and you make the choice to stay, in a sense, you're setting yourself up for failure, because you have the information that things are changing. There's a high chance you're not going to be able to renew. And you're like, all right, well, I'm going to keep my house because I love it at the Palisades. So,
or you're screwed, because if that information is being put out there to the residents, now there's kind of like a marker on if you do try to sell your home. Nobody wants to probably buy it because of that.
True.
You know what I mean?
True.
But
it puts you in a
it puts you in a bind.
The growth of these different like bushes and these it's giving more vegetation to these hillsides.
And think about where these places are, right? And think of because they are on hills and mountains and just like
yeah.
Yeah.
I've never liked that. I've never been like wowed by that. I've always been like terrified of that concept.
And
of,
so
like, being
it's
on the
just
hillside like that.
It's just the way that everything came about. Now, on the flip side, let's see if I still have this up as well. I might not. Yep, I do. Okay, so no, that's a different topic. Governor Newsom emergency.
Yo, you didn't even try, but
I did it.
You didn't even try, Governor.
Governor Gavin Newsom. I just put it all together.
Yo, the wife called him Gavinator one time.
I just put it all together, bro.
The Governor, yo. Hey, but I'll take it, bro. I'll take it.
You know what I'm talking about, nigga.
He might start going by that.
So what did Governor say, man? Let us know what Governor say. He sound like that. He the last governor of California. That's what that sound like.
There'll never be another.
The final boss of the final governor.
The final boss of California.
Yeah, that's wild. It's funny. But didn't he like issue an emergency mandate or something like that?
Yeah. I feel like, believe it or not, because I follow DJ Quick, I feel like he posted it like it was on the news and stuff like that, where it was like state of emergency type of scenario for Los Angeles. And that was like before I think it like got worse at the time.
No. Because what's today's date?
The
12th.
Yeah, 12.
It is? That was like 5 days ago.
12. Yeah.
But
hasn't it got progressively worse every single day? And then it started hitting different areas. So it's not even like
yeah, it is worse, I guess. Yeah.
From what my understanding is, the landscape is more like a bowl, so it's like there's 90-mile-per-hour winds according to what I've
Yeah, that was the other
ember from one side to the other.
Yeah.
That side.
Yeah.
I mean, at some point,
it's just
never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't.
DM me and I'll tell y'all what I'm gonna say. Bruh.
I'm gonna listen back. And
that's wild.
So I think I seen an aerial view and it looks crazy. Like the air.
Somebody was in a plane.
Yeah, and it was showing it. Like it looked. You know what it reminded me of? I don't know if y'all seen
The End of Times.
2012.
Yes.
Remember that movie? Yeah. When it looked exactly like how it looked when they were trying to like fly out of the airport and get in the air.
Have y'all seen This Is the End?
Seth Rogen and all that. Yeah. You know what's kind of awkward is it looks exactly like that too. Like This Is the End with all the celebrities because the houses was falling apart and like Hollywood, because a lot of like monumental stuff are starting to be burned down. Like a lot of celebrities are losing homes. And
it's not even the homes, man. It's the valuables kept in the homes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
The irreplaceable stuff.
Yeah, you know, I got family photos.
I started imagining like, okay, what's the first things I'm grabbing? Okay, I'm grabbing the photos. I'm grabbing documents. And
I'm grabbing documents and photos.
All my documents in a file cabinet I could just pick up like this.
Right.
I thought
mine is in. Mine is in. I got a one little clear, one of them little clear totes or whatever, and. But photos, I got them all together. But I'm getting that. What we doing? We putting it in the trunk. Like how you gonna proceed? Where you? You got to take a few clothes, but you got to take like.
The crazy thing is nobody's prepared.
Nobody.
Yeah, you're not.
Nobody has a U-Haul on hand.
People in cities typically are not prepared. People that live out
on the outskirts, yeah.
They prepared.
A lot
of them are.
Yeah, they'd be overly prepared to be. They already got bunkers, but yeah.
Like if my house burning right now,
we congested. How we getting out of here with our cars?
That was one of my main concerns. Like, how are people getting out of these areas like alive?
With your car though.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying. Like,
now what I haven't heard, and I guess it's kind of good news, is I haven't heard like any like
deaths.
They're
just not telling us. People dying.
They definitely are.
You know,
because some people are refusing to leave.
Yeah,
some people don't have the
ability. Like
resources enough to gather and leave.
I'm not going anywhere. You're going to heaven.
It was an old dude who stopped it from burning his house. He was.
How?
I didn't look at the article, but I saw the title head, and I was about to get into the article, but I was.
You said somebody? Oh, the old dude who saved his house.
Yeah,
I know how. He had them cheap, the sprinklers at Wave.
Mm-hmm.
He sat them all on the roof of his house, bro.
What?
They did an interview. He was on the news.
So he must have done that early on because they cut the water off supply for people.
Yeah, that was another thing. The water supply.
People
weren't they getting water from the ocean at some point? Because
I don't know about that part, but I know that people were obviously the
some of the water reservoirs wasn't full too.
People were spraying,
so they weren't prepared. Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's insane.
So y'all trying to fight the fire? Do it now.
And then the fire department is going to have
what fire department? They cut funding.
Yeah. What was left?
Send the cops out there to beat it.
That's crazy. Bro.
That's who the funding went to. They took it from the fire department, gave it to the police.
Gave it to the police.
Tell them to go out there and beat the fire. Stop resisting.
Yo. That's
go
insane.
out.
On the side note, on what I think I learned this before, but must have forgot because it sounds familiar. But I just recently found out that the first paramedics were black folks, African Americans.
That were like the first responders?
First responders, yes. So previously, before that, the police would take anyone who was injured or anyone had to go to the hospital. The police would take them.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was a position that it was kind of like looked like as a lower class position for black folks. So a lot of these men would create these different companies to come in and take people to the hospital. But apparently, and according to different information, the first responders are the first responders.
Mm-hmm.
And in that sense, we're
I'm not surprised. we have a tendency to act quick. My prayers are out to people because I know there are some people that lost everything, and I couldn't imagine where you literally, like when people say they lost everything, some people, they say it and they take it lightly, but when you literally lose everything,
clothes on your back and what's in your pockets and what you was able to grab, that's all you got. That's
all you got is where you're at is that's insane. So
imagine you somebody who didn't really trust in the banks.
Yeah, and all your stuff is burned up, all your money and everything like that, because that's probably happened to some people.
I keep all mine.
I recommend crypto, but
I keep all my money neatly organized in a metal briefcase. So,
you old school with it?
Yeah,
metal briefcase.
You don't keep it in a shoebox?
That's crazy.
No, that's what they expect. So it's
smart.
Yo, check his shoe boxes.
Yeah. Jordan Force, Air Max. Yeah, I got heat. Yeah.
They gonna go from checking them to seeing which ones they want to keep.
Yeah, put them in that box. That's my pile. You can.
But that is wild.
Yeah, it's still crazy. I couldn't imagine either, man. But we live in wild times right now. I feel like our experience as adults is
unmatched.
Yes. I couldn't have said it better. Yeah, unmatched.
Anybody who's experienced life as a person born between, obviously our parents.
Right. We're seeing things that our parents have never seen before.
Yeah, at the ages that that when they were our age.
Exactly.
No, just period. They ain't seen no pandemic.
Yeah. They have not seen a pandemic.
They have not seen the world shut down.
And when they've seen LA being on fire, it was from riots and it was certain areas of LA. Right, you know what I'm saying? So
the rich people stuff burning up now. They ain't never seen that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
Say what? They're not saving the ones with money?
As far as the world being crazy, man. A lot of platforms talk about race. And, that's a common conversation. Some people have their different perspectives on it. But, with the year being what it is and the things that, have came across, our platform, wanted to cover a couple things that I think was important because I know there's two different scenarios. You have people that highlight the fact that there's still a race issue in this country.
It's going to forever be.
Right. And then you have some people that's like, well, if we stop talking about it, maybe it'll go away.
White people, you mean?
Yeah,
because there's some people that look like us that be talking like that too.
Because us talking about it is what's drawing attention to it. I'm sure the act of it has nothing to do.
Or the obvious that we are humans and we're in a country that was not only founded on those types of ideas, but the fact that we are in a country of extreme diversity. Yes. So the first thing that we see and have issues with, for those who are prejudiced or racist, is a person's race, skin color, ethnicity. So we ain't gonna act like, oh, if we just stop talking about it, it's like that's human nature to be divisive and to be on teams anyway.
Yeah, it is.
So the obvious one is you put us all in a bowl, and then you have these conditions.
And be on team human beings.
Yeah, so
it's act decently. What's wrong with y'all?
So, I mean, I agree with the whole concept of, we need to act decently, but some people just
are stupid.
You know, I don't even want to say the woman's name, but there was a nurse that definitely finally got her issue. But I have a problem with the hospital too. But this woman was breaking the bones of NICU babies. All of the babies were black babies. And basically breaking their bones. They're already in the NICU, so they're already struggling to try to make it. And the crazy thing about it is she had gotten in trouble for something else, I believe, prior. And they let her come back. And she came back and decided to do that. And the reason why I kind of like set it up like this is because I do get triggered when I hear the race conversation about, well, we got to stop talking about it and all this other bullshit because, and it hit close to home with me because one of my kids was in the NICU. You know what I'm saying? Now, luckily, you know, I was dog tired. I was down there every chance I got. But I hope these families sue. But this woman was definitely a white supremacist. And I'm just and before
I see why you was feeling like you're feeling, because I feel I'm
you know what I mean?
I'm feeling how I'm breathing right now.
Yeah,
thinking like, bro,
you know what I'm saying?
Bro, oh my gosh, she gotta go.
Yes,
that means that
I don't think that when you start dealing with kids on that type of magnitude, I don't care what it is. I think when you start harming babies and kids, I think that stuff should be treated like death row.
Yeah, I don't have a problem. I'm not a person who is I guess I agree with the death penalty. I don't, in regards to my morals, I guess. But our values, one of them. But how I feel emotionally, she got to go. So like, I might not be like, I agree with the death penalty, but no, bitch, die.
All right, I tell you what. I got it,
she
bro.
She gotta go.
I got it. Everybody who gets convicted gets a power bomb from the Undertaker on cement, and whatever happens after that, just
this is
right. No, because that's not death.
Can we do Kane's? Because Kane,
that's fine. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Kane like to jump when he
like, you've been found.
He like to jump when he do it.
Like it'd be like you've been found guilty, and then you hear dong. You'd be like, what is going on? So, oh well, it's time to get your sentence, sir.
So you hear a squeaky voice.
Everybody like in a single file line goes outside. You're like, where's everybody going? It's like, oh, we're going to go watch your sentencing. You're like, what?
And the lights turn off.
Yeah.
A power bomb in the dark on cement is nasty work.
No. The lights are gonna cut back on. When they cut back on,
she gonna be laying.
Yeah. No. Undertaker gonna be holding them by the neck collar and just lay them outside, and just from there, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
If she dies, she dies.
Drago.
Yeah. Can they do what she did to the babies to her?
I mean,
because that's what it was. Okay, I don't believe in the death penalty, but I do believe in revenge.
Here, let me see this.
I mean,
I believe in revenge.
That one too.
If something
start breaking fingers. Man,
bring in the sledgehammer.
I think she deserves everything as far as in what's coming to her, because it's like, yo,
can we dislocate all her bones?
Yeah, I think so. I think the ideas are endless, man.
Give her the grasshopper leg, like pow.
But then it's like, I think the part of me when it comes to the justice system with stuff like that is I don't like the fact that it's somebody else that get to dictate what happens to the person instead of the victim's family.
Yeah, see, that's I'm with you.
I wish the victim's family had more say so.
Yeah, that was part like you have the regular what they got going on, but then they also got to put into the consideration of what the victim family want.
Yeah,
like that has to be part of the decision.
It has to be a partnership.
The decision of the decision.
Yeah, it has to be a partnership on the decision making.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's ill. I like that.
You know what I mean? Like, can we make they cell a little smaller? You know what I mean? Like shoulder length.
Like we get to choose the dimensions.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Can we make sure they only eat once a week? Like, these are some things that I would suggest if I was in, these families' shoes. You know what I'm saying? Can they not have no sneakers or socks or anything, barefooted at all times?
No.
No dental coverage.
I want to have shoes with no soles.
Yeah.
And just the bottom cut out. The bottom is cut out.
Yeah, no soles.
Yeah. Mouse traps under her pillows, things like that. Yeah. I'm just throwing ideas out there. Yeah. If I was in a position of authority,
they don't get pants; they gotta wear shorts.
Let's take all their finger and let's take all their finger and toenails, bro.
You going Japan with it, or is that China?
Let's take all their fingers and toenails.
When they pull, I've actually
all their fingernails and toenails. Give them here.
And
no.
And
fingernails and toenails. Give them here.
And their eyelashes.
Yo.
Because then when they can't blink,
just take the whole lid.
No. No. Take
a nigga eyelids.
Can you imagine trying to explain that to somebody? What happened? Did you try to check? Jelani, did you try to check to see if it's possible?
Nah,
what's crazy is
trying to prevent eyelash from going in my eye.
That don't even mean you're gonna die. Like you're just gonna have no eye.
You're just gonna have a whole exposed top of your eyeball just right there. You always gonna look surprised.
Nigga gonna be like, huh? No, nigga, what?
Hey man, I like I said, man, I think the ultimate punishment should happen, and I'm just going down the line, man.
Satisfaction would be guaranteed with that.
I just feel this way about. I don't just feel this way just because it's children in the NICU, but like I'm to an age at this point where when I reflect back on our history and I reflect on the things that we deal with and probably other cultures deal with on a racial level, it's not that it's this big. Big emotional thing with me. It's just more like, man, there needs to be more accountability and consequences.
If there was more severe consequences, it might actually start to curb some of the actions taking place.
And I prefer that logic than the let's just not talk about it.
If people were actually convicted for the nonsense that they were doing, then the chances of people continuously doing it would drop because you know that there are actual consequences and you will be held accountable.
Absolutely.
A lot of people are not being held accountable.
That goes down a deeper philosophical conversation route because overall there is no such thing as equality or fairness in regards to human beings. So,
but there is a such thing as justice.
There
is a such thing as right and wrong.
But justice, right and wrongs are kind of like
taboo.
Not taboo. It depends on where you're at, what time period. Like,
so you're saying it's conditional. You're saying it's conditional.
Situational, conditional. I don't think there
can ever be a point to where we're gonna have an ideal. Like, there's always gonna be some inequality.
Oh, you're talking about the system.
Just not even the system. Just us as humans, like that's just our nature. Like there's gonna be a good and an evil, and there won't be there ever won't be a balance. There won't always just be like everything's.
So there's no Anakin Skywalker, is what you're saying?
No like I get in regards to like laws and rights and things of that, like civil rights and things. It's a movement towards better, but I don't think there ever will be like.
I think there is. I think there is already. I
might just have.
But before I make that point, let me just go down the list of all of these different scenarios, and then I'm gonna go back to that.
All right.
So there was another scenario: brother man work at FedEx. He gets shot doing his job delivering packages by a father-son in Mississippi. They don't get convicted. The case gets thrown out.
And the reason that the case was thrown out was
go for it.
I think in that article, in what I was reading or heard, saw on the video,
The police withheld information.
that was what
Evidence.
it was. The case got dismissed because
and
of
so
that.
the judge said it felt it was unethical to deliver a judgment without having all of the evidence. And he felt it was unethical to the individual that got shot. So instead of delivering a verdict, he threw the case out.
Why was it thrown out rather than a mistrial?
I don't know.
So that to me would lead to like, why would you not have it as a mistrial? Because that would.
You also seen that through his information, like certain people were connected to certain people and had like high, connected to higher ups, and that's why I have made the system statement. But to answer that question, right? I think the way that it's possible is what certain communities are already doing, which we've already talked about countless times. You have to just build your own bubble. You at this point in time, you have to have your own bubble. And in going down the bullet points of this race in America scenario, there's another one.
Oh yeah, because his FedEx driver was black and the people who shot him were white.
Were white.
Yeah,
definitely. I appreciate that highlight because that's extremely important. But it's just like the other thing with the white boy, the goofy ass white boy, saying that he, I don't know about people saying the N word, but I say nigga because I'm a nigga.
You talking about
Jen Lee.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you how all of this shit is kind of connected, even though the situations are totally different. It's that empowerment and that entitlement to where you just really believe you can do what you want and say what you want, and you're confident that nothing is going to happen to you. You have to live in a system with that belief.
It's more
to make you feel that way
than anything, because a lot of the people who get on there and talk that like that, they're just saying it because that is what that people feel like they have to say to express some sort of confidence or ego, or like, oh yeah, but more times than not, those people are really not exhibiting truth, like factors of who they are. So they're just getting on there and like, that's how it's like a female who rate herself as a 10
when she know good goddamn well,
right? It's like, I'm just saying this because me saying it means that I'm confident.
Yeah, but they don't believe in. They don't have the confidence to back that.
Anybody who got respect is respect overall. So even if you have that sort of camaraderie with whomever group of people you with, you're not gonna come out disrespectfully and say, yeah, I can say that because my partners say that. I can say it. Like,
I agree.
He's an idiot.
For sure.
I definitely feel he's ignorant.
Who, Gingerbread Man?
Yeah. And that's just based on the fact that I saw what he said, I'm listening to what he's saying, and I'm just like, why? Because he's like, outside with that thing on me, we really about that. And I'm like, why, bro? There's better. Do better. I'm black and I don't want to be a nigga. I don't want to be addressed as nigga. So you wanting that just shows how much you don't know. Because if you knew, you wouldn't want to.
Right.
So he's ignorant.
Yes.
He doesn't know any better. And it's because of where he resides, the music he listens to, the people he's around, and you feel me, the way he was brought up, or combination of all of that.
Yep.
But, bro, I'm cool. If that's what you want, you can have it, because I'm definitely leaving it out there for you, bro. I want no parts of it. Go ahead and be a nigga and keep that thing on you. And when you get popped, I hope you got good aim.
It's two sayings my cousin used to say a lot, man, is they ain't stopped making guns when they made yours.
Right.
And if you could be seen, you could be touched.
You could be touched.
So all that rah ha ha, rah rah, everybody sees what's going on, and they know they got friends, family who are shot and killed, whatever. And you think you just gonna be the outlier, like you
think you John Wick up out here,
super thug.
Yeah. Nah. I think that a lot of these things that we're covering and we're talking about, like I said, the correlation is the audacity. And you get that audacity from comfort, right? And so when I look at what you said, because I do agree with what you said, like it's always going to be that imbalance. But I feel like those that live that in that balance, they have to live, or the majority of the life are exposed to a bubble. And I think that that's the only way So I will say that that's the only way I feel like you can truly see that balance is having that bubble. And I'll give an example of what I mean. When you look at what a lot of Asian people have done when they started, moving over here, the immigrants, they set up shop. They have Chinatowns in a lot of majority of the major cities in this country. I mean, even out here in Sac, there's an area, and I think it's close to like Sac City, where it's just the restaurants, stores, banks,
Freeport.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. And I think that I wouldn't look at that and be like, oh man, that's racial. I just look at that like, man, that's just self-preservation and protection for your own. You have somewhere where you can be and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So, when I see people that say things like, I don't see color, or, we have to stop talking about it.
Or you just see black, it's just a gray screen.
Yeah. When I see things like that, I think like I that's when I start agreeing with what you're saying. That's just pure ignorance. Just like this dude don't understand, what he's doing and what he's saying, and that rah nigga this, that, and the other. I feel like the people, or I believe that those people that try to ignore this issue are on the same type of time. Like, you don't get it either. Maybe because you haven't been affected by it, or you haven't been in enough scenarios. But
it's ignorance, bro. A lot of people don't know, and then on top of that, a lot of people don't want to know, because if they know, then they have to address it.
They gotta address it.
Ignorance is bliss, and
yes,
a lot of people are
true.
living blissfully. They're choosing to live blissfully because of stress, the strain of knowing and having to deal with. You feel me? Because when you actually look at the reality of things, it's depressing.
It is.
And if you look at that mixed with everything else going on in the world, you'd be depressed.
Right. So it's an escape.
Yeah.
So talking that.
If I don't know, I can't be aware. If I'm not aware, I'm happy, because I don't know. What I know makes me happy.
Yeah.
I'm in my bubble.
Yep.
And
You're
I'm
in your
happy
bubble.
in my bubble. What? You say what? What's going on? That's crazy. I don't want to talk about that no more.
Right.
Back to the bubble, because that's where I'm happy.
Not the bubble dance. That's crazy.
You see, I didn't go far. I'm right here.
So, what are y'all thoughts on Twitch boss's wife basically making all of these claims about him having a drug problem at the time of his death?
I have no thoughts.
I don't even be involved with that.
I have no
didn't
thoughts.
even know who that man was before.
The thing about
I wasn't really familiar with him until he passed, but I thought the story was interesting because it turned into a race conversation.
It turned into a race conversation because she's white. But honestly,
for sure.
This is the thing about it, though. It's none of my business on any level. Like, what she did was air out some personal dirty laundry that she should have kept to herself,
which is common.
But she should have went to the family, right? Instead of going to the family, you air him out publicly. Of course, that's not going to go well with the family,
right?
Sure. Especially in death.
And then the fact that you are of a different hue, now it becomes a racial thing, because that's how y'all handle stuff. That's not how we handle stuff.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Oh, so now you're trying to smut his neck? Like, it turns into something else because she handled it in a way that we don't handle it.
There's different connotations when it comes to a white woman make allegations about a black man.
Yeah.
Whether true or not, there's been a history of...
It's a cultural history of that.
Allegations.
Yeah.
So it's just, it's all bad. But I mean, like, I haven't had any thoughts about it, because at the end of the day, that's just like, it's drama. And I don't really care for drama.
I have a lot of thoughts about it, because and it's two major points I want to make. Obviously, you can see it from a mile away that this was going to turn into race real quick once we seen what his wife was saying, his widow was saying about him.
And what was she saying again?
That basically
she found a plethora of drugs.
She found a plethora of drugs, and that he had been struggling, and he's been this person that's always tried to make people happy, but things of that nature, and not knowing how to cope.
Insurance claim or something?
I mean, I don't know. But
what already had been confirmed that he committed suicide or something? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, that was confirmed. But the other thing too that made it kind of confusing was there was no drugs in his system at the time of death.
Oh, so then
they were hers.
Yeah,
she was so high she forgot.
That was the other.
Oh, that's my shit.
My bad. Yeah,
I'm gonna need that back.
But I felt for his mother coming out, speaking out. you know, because that's her child. That was her child. And then his boy, I guess his boy just went all the way in. You know, he got tired of sitting around and seeing what was going on. And he was the one that exposed the fact that he was about to leave her. She's the one that had a drug problem. And
oh, so I was right.
Yeah, you were right.
Oh,
yeah,
I don't know because I don't.
His homeboy came out and went smooth off on social media because that's where it started traveling. And he was like, man, that's been my brother for years. And no, he didn't do that. And you were the one doing this and that. And I was just like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, but tripping if he ain't
more drama.
No
See,
drugs in his system.
More drama, just more messiness, man.
And at that point, it's hard. The way that I look at it, because I'm gonna be honest, if that was one of y'all, I most likely at the age I'm at now, I still got more growing to do. I probably would have reacted the same way, only because my bro's business is being put out there on blast. So now I got to put the fire out publicly. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes I do understand the matched energy publicly because the first rock was thrown publicly, right? Mm-hmm. But the two things that I got out of this was, okay, yeah, we can beat on a dead horse about the race thing all day long. But the second thing, and we kind of covered it about the whole Travis Hunter thing, you really, 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 really have to be careful. This is to young people. This is to people that's our age, a little bit older. You really got to fucking be careful who you dealing with. You really need, we live in a society that's microwave where people don't know each other that well. And if you are dealing with somebody that doesn't know you that well and something happens to you and they're speaking on your behalf, they can say whatever they want about you. And there's not a whole lot. I mean, this woman made this dude's family sign NDAs at the damn funeral. I've never heard of no shit like that before.
Who did what?
The wife made his mom and several other people sign NDAs at the fucking funeral.
And they signed them.
Yeah,
you can't make
it'd have been a confetti party.
Right?
Confetti party. It would have been how many funerals can you have at one time?
Can we put her in the box with him?
Yo, this nigga said bunk bed caskets. It's crazy.
I mean, you can have it one time. You got a party package.
Put her underneath it.
But
shit, let me do this myself.
I just, yo, like to men out there, I'm looking at, really be careful who you are picking to stick by your side, because we have this illusion that because people are married and they have kids together that, you know, it's just this tight bond, but you don't know what happens every single day behind closed doors because you have people like this. I'll just take the fact that, you know, she's obviously a white woman out of the equation. This is supposed to be somebody that represents you when you are not here, that you've built a family with. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that we live in a society where we take it too lightly who we spend our time with and who we are with, like as far as in a relationship. And we just assume that because we're with that person that there's a clear understanding of expectations and representation when, you know, one person isn't here anymore or just when one person isn't present. You know what I'm saying? And I stress that to the people listening, to the people that are consuming this content, because like you said, it is drama. But I do got to consider the fact that even though it may not be our business, these are still examples of what you could look at and what you could look for as far as in the type of shit that could fucking happen, picking the wrong mate, picking the wrong person to possibly represent you when you can no longer represent yourself. So that's just my take on it. That's the value I seen in the message behind some of these crazy ass scenarios that are happening in the world, you know. But before we close out, it's some more dirty ass drama with sports analyst Joy Taylor.
I've been hearing about this a little bit.
And
Skip Bayless. I'm on my phone. Skip Bayless.
Oh,
yo, Strip Bayless is nasty work.
Shit, I was gonna say a different name. But
yo, first of all,
Payless is crazy.
Do you guys believe, like just personally, do you guys believe that these
1.5?
accusations? Do you guys believe these accusations are true?
1.5. Like as he was being serious.
I'm trying to figure out why 1.5, not like a hot 1 mil.
Nigga just said like
not like 1 mil or 2 mil.
That's like
or,
a nigga saying $3
or 500,000. You know what I'm saying? Like, why 1.5?
That don't seem real. Like a 1.5, like to get some what? You know, Skip could get like he got enough bread to get it.
If you got 1.5, I mean, hey, you offer me 1.5.
He was just talking. I
thought
crazy. You know how some niggas be like, bitch, I give you this bitch, I give you 500 million. Right
I thought it was reckless too. I thought it was reckless too that they said that Skip was mad because she had already threw it at somebody else. Right? It just reminded me of the Wood. When it was all trying to break their virginities and the girl wasn't letting dude have, he was like, well, you let the nigga Terry bone.
And I know I look better than him.
It's a debacle, man. It's a debacle, man.
The thing about it is, like, I don't know how much money, right? But I believe he made an offer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't one.
You gotta, like, so this. We're not gonna get into why I know. I'll talk to you about that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
You look at him and you look at her. The only way for him to even have access to her.
Oh, Fedia.
Boom.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you really want it, you have to hit with the number that's so outrageous that it's gonna make you pause and think.
Yeah.
That's to get in their head first.
So, it's like, man, oh, really? 1.5 million.
Then the negotiation begins.
No, ain't no negotiation.
The minute the person said, even if I would do something like that, you one step closer.
Because at this point,
well, I ain't got 1.5 right now, but I'll give you 25 of it.
No. He said 1.5. Yeah. The negotiations have already started.
Yeah,
and honestly, they pretty much ended. Like, I feel like at 1.5, there's nowhere to go but down.
That's what I'm saying. At 1.5, he said that to be like, bitch, no. You're not gonna not take the 1.5.
But the thing about it is,
everything below that, you gonna.
She's working.
Yeah,
she's already in the business. She's working. She's making money.
Right.
So, and then that's another thing, because she's making money, you got to actually hit her with some money.
Yeah, you got to hit her.
If somebody's saying 500,000, you can't use that. I'll give you 33. Right, but shut up. I got that right now.
Right.
Smack. Like,
right.
But you triple it. 500,000. No. 1.5.
1.5 is life changing.
But do you believe he was going to give her 1.5?
No, and neither did she. That's why he didn't get it.
That's what I'm saying. He's saying that shit, but he know he ain't finna.
All right, let's really talk about the situation. Let's talk about everything right now, because while we're talking about Joy Taylor and Skip Bayless, that's not even the actual story. Somebody else actually filed a claim for sexual harassment and mentioned her in the claim, saying that she had been harassed and offered an amount of money by Skip. Yeah. So basically, the person who filed the lawsuit, Skip, disclosed all this information and kind of dry snitched.
Yeah.
And then also asked to make it a class action because there's other women that have issues with what's going on at Fox Sports. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So while it's being called the Joy scandal, it's not about Joy. In a sense, Joy caught strays because somebody else put her business out there.
Right.
And the thing about it, you putting business out there and there's no way to confirm if it's true, if that was the actual amount. Yeah. Like, it's just like, think about it.
That's called hearsay in the
courtroom. You chilling one day, you get a phone call, like, hold on. Hello? What do you mean? Huh? Like, yeah, they got you all over you ain't heard about you like, what you talking about? I ain't did nothing, nobody. And then, like, now you in the news.
Now you in the news.
Because somebody else said something and felt the need to speak on you to try to put, to try to strengthen the case.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Keep my name out of it, though. You didn't even have to do all that. You could have been like, even if you want to throw Skip under the bus, you could have been like, and Skip offered one of my associates, right?
And then let them do the investigation.
You didn't have to put
the associate say.
And then what's so crazy? Why you put her name but nobody else's? I'm gonna tell you why. Because when she went to Joy to tell her about how she had been sexually assaulted, Joy
shrugged it on the hush.
She shrugged it off. She kind of disregarded it. You feel me? Like, she was like, and the whole thing about it is like, so one woman who was sexually assaulted went to another woman and told her, What did you expect the woman to do?
Right. But I heard that that Joy said, or I think Joy said, don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because saying something against somebody who's so powerful don't mean that you gonna get what you looking for. It might come out on you might get the bad end of the stick.
Yeah. No, ain't no might. You will.
You usually will.
So she probably was like, yeah, I understand. You might feel some type of way, but chill, because it's not gonna work out in your favor. Mm-hmm. And you were like, what? No, I felt and so it could have been a situation like that where she's like, yeah, you might need to chill. I understand what you're saying, but I might have experienced, but you're not gonna get far. So chill out. Right. And then she was like, nah, I'm gonna get what I'm. And so she went and filed a lawsuit.
Some retribution of Joy too.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, it's all messy. Like, bruh.
Just the names implicated in all of this shit. It's just like, damn, like you.
What's so crazy is we don't know the name of the person who filed the lawsuit, but we know names of people in the lawsuit.
Yo,
that's crazy.
Yo, okay, what the hell is that about? Because this happened with head coach. He used to coach the Celtics. Ime Udoka. Same scenario where he was in a cheating scandal, and they didn't bring that woman's name up.
Here's her name, Nushin Faraji.
What?
Nushin Faraji, a
former
like hairstylist.
Expensive ass car. It sounded like that car worth like $1.5 million.
A former hairstylist for the network, Nushin Faraji, filed a lawsuit accusing Bayless, the former co-host of Skip and Shannon Undisputed, from 26 of making unwanted sexual advances towards her, including offering her $1.5 million to sleep with her. So this isn't Joy who got offered 1.5.
Well, yeah.
It's Nushin Faraji who got offered 1.5. The plaintiff also said that Dixon, executive vice president of content at Fox 1 Sports, groped her at a party, sexually pursued other women. Other notable defendants listed include Joy Taylor, who allegedly dismissed Faraji when she confided in her about the groping and began mocking her accent in 2021.
Who's the other included?
The plaintiff says that Taylor engaged in a sexual relationship with Dixon to get a position on Undisputed. And then, now that right there, right? Mm-hmm. What proof do you have?
Yeah.
Right?
Can't prove it.
So then you're just throwing dirt on people's name. Maybe you're jealous of her position, right? But the thing about it is this, like, you don't have proof to be making allegations, and that's what these are. These are a lot of allegations and throwing people under the bus without having a lot of information outside of hearsay and what I saw. Or
if she doesn't have any proof, it'll be interesting to see who files a defamation lawsuit or case against her. You know what I'm saying? Because what I think when people say things about someone and they don't have any proof, whether it's true or not, but there's no proof, I think most of these people's intentions are to damage the reputation. You damage the reputation, you start losing what? Credibility, endorsements, money. Now that like we're seeing it happen to Diddy. You know, your reputation, your money. So now you don't have representation in court. Now you're kind of you strip a person of their power by taking those things like the name and the network that they have and who they're associated with. Those people are no longer associated with you. So I feel like that's probably what the intent was. So it's like, you know what? I know this probably ain't going to end well for me, but I'm going to make sure everybody's name is tarnished or have an asterisk next to it. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing like a woman scorn.
Yeah. You're getting fired. You're getting fired.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's getting fired.
Yep.
I'm getting fired.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be a nasty way to end the game, dog. For real. I mean, we'll see more as stories develop on it. But I just thought it was crazy because over the past few years, you've already seen, the directions of where some of these names are going. Skip Bayless show just kind of went down the drain after Shannon Sharp left.
Well,
Shannon Sharp exploded as far as in popularity and content creating.
Because Shannon was carrying the show, bro.
Yeah, of course. I definitely watched.
Skip was just a bitter old man.
Well, not only that, but when he tried to replace Shannon with who was it? Keyshawn Johnson. Bro, they ain't let Skip talk.
Nah, they was talking the shit out over him. And what was the dude from the Seahawks, the safety on the cornerback?
Richard Sherman? Yeah. Sherman. Like, Skip was just sitting there like he was a moderator. on his own show. So you see these things happening in these men's careers and things of that nature. And it was another brother that was implicated in it that apparently, well, I think you mentioned him in the article. And it was crazy because he did a shout out video for her prior to that coming out.
Dixon?
Yeah. And then he had to take that down because it just the timing of what was going on. It was like, yeah, I should probably take this down and delete this because he was already implicated that they were messing around with each other and he was the reason why she was, So it's crazy, man. I don't know when entertainers and people with money will realize that what you do behind closed doors will eventually get exposed if you are not extremely private.
Especially
the thing is so crazy to me. It's just like, bro,
everything is exposed.
Yes.
Doing anything at your work, place of business should be out of the question.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I'm be honest, bro. I never have, and I never will pay for it. I only want what wants me. Who wants me?
Right.
I'm only pursuing what has interest in me. If I gotta pay for it, and I'm talking about sex specifically, I don't need it.
But that's also a regional thing for us. So in Northern California and other places, and that might be sprinkly influenced by like pimp culture and player culture, that's lame to us to trick.
It ain't even got nothing to do with that.
No,
why am I paying for something that should be given to me?
But that
and it'll be given to me if I'm dealing with those who rock with like me.
Yeah, but that ideology.
I feel like we all listen to Sugar Free.
They don't think a lot of places like I think even in New York, like that East Coast thing, they think buying bags.
Flex culture.
Yeah,
Flex culture,
yeah. To them that's cool.
Yeah.
To me, that's tricking.
Yeah, it's to the highest bidder.
See, and that's so.
But right now, that's the climate.
Because there's no tricking going on. There's no flexing going on. I'm gonna take care of mine.
But they gonna say that like if you
understand what I'm saying?
If you go out to dinner with her, or you take a female out to dinner and you expect like
why am I taking a female out that's not mine? And then at that point,
it's
not tricking.
Let's say you go on a date
with my female.
I like to go eat too.
I'll go by myself.
Eat with me.
You gotta.
And then afterwards, let's go to your house and we'll eat together there.
So look, this is what I see y'all doing. I see y'all saying the same thing because you're saying that I am not going to put myself on the line for something that's not mine. You're saying that there are people out there that are willing to do that, and those both things are happening right now in this climate simultaneously.
100%, and that's okay. I'm not paying.
Yeah, I know.
What?
That's part of my ego and cultural.
I'm not paying.
That's just a culture for me. It's not.
Bro,
the climate that we live in, it's almost like why even bother?
I'm like,
when you look at the crazy
blunt.
standards.
Let's be transparent, bro.
Yeah,
I used to sell it. I'm not paying for it.
Some people used to sell weed and then they start smoking it.
Yeah. You got to pay for that unless you grow it.
If you're smart, you grow it.
Nah, but I'm just saying, in some areas, like
I'm not paying.
To me, that's absurd.
Well, I know you're saying regional, but I feel like the climate is like that.
No, the climate is like that.
I feel like the climate is it's more now. I feel like the climate
is like that. Because the thing about it is like this. So like East Coast, flex, right? Down South, it's more of a gentleman.
Yeah.
It's you get what I'm saying? Like the way that they're raised.
Southern hospitality.
100%.
Yeah,
so it's not so much tricking to them as it is to just taking care of the woman you're dealing with, whether she's yours or not.
Right.
Because of that gentleman.
Northern California is like more pimp players. Southern California is like
no, I was talking about Southern region.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about down south.
Yeah.
Southern California. Nah, they still on some
No, that's how they get jumped in.
What?
And then see up in Northern California.
Yo. Get jumped into what?
Whatever little gang they in.
What's that got to do with what? How we get on gang culture? Why you jumping people?
That's how that's. They don't trick. The men don't trick on the females.
Yeah, but we jump them in.
They call them their homegirls. That's the homegirl,
bro. What?
That's what I heard. Man.
I don't know. You need to stop with the hearsay then, because that just got out of hand. He jumping females.
Yo, to be their girlfriend.
She gang now.
Nah, but they don't get jumped in. They get the. I heard.
Hold on, bro. I gotta DP my girl real quick. I'm gonna call you back.
I heard they don't get jumped in. They do the. You know what I'm saying?
I think there is a difference in like from somebody that is from SoCal and somebody that spent more time in Northern Cal than being in SoCal. Out here, it is more like Mac and Playa. Like I'm not what over a female. Nah, you know what I'm saying. Versus in Southern California, a lot of the dudes out there are very territorial over a female, whether that's their girlfriend or that's somebody they just messing with. It could get real versus out here where it's like, it's a dime a dozen, and whatever. You ain't for me, I ain't for you, so you can go do what you do.
I think it's generational though.
Right now, hell yeah, it's generational.
No. What I mean by like, if you look at the older generation, how they operated, versus how we operated, versus how these Simpsons. I mean, this younger generation, is operating now.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? For sure. Because like. This younger generation, they tricking, they flexing, they paying for it, they fly you out.
Yeah, get you flued out.
I've been flown out.
Get you flued out.
I bet you flued out.
Look, I've been flown out. I have been flown out, but I have not flew anyone anywhere.
Flued out.
Well, you know what?
Getting flued out is different than flying out.
I did. It's different too because I thought about it. Some did get flued out.
Yeah.
They came back with it though, so it's different.
Cause flu, you know how black folks like to talk about time and like, I'm down the street around the corner. Yeah, it's like she got flued out. It wasn't like y'all like we went on vacation.
Yeah, nah,
she didn't.
Transactional.
Yeah, she got flued out and flued back.
Yeah, you got transactional and the Trans Am.
I ain't gonna lie though, it's a great experience to be flown out.
Oh, you got flown out. That's called, that's a charge now.
Don't matter.
You could be caught up in the sex trafficking.
Look, I got flown out. Who said she got anything?
Yeah.
I got flown out before.
Can you imagine trying to be a victim as a man? You trying to be a victim as a man?
I kept saying no.
If you give your testimony, my nigga.
I kept saying no.
What does the paperwork sound like?
Individual number 2 is like, nigga.
She kept hitting me and feeding me and
buying me expensive
things. I told her I didn't want my feet rubbed.
But look, what if you're not a complainant and they just caught you up? You had some weed in your pocket and you flew to Indiana, nigga. Yeah. Now you caught up.
Yeah. She made me work for her drug enterprise. Yo, no guy ever.
Why you don't got no bags on?
How long
you finna be?
Yo, I feel sorry for the first guy that comes forward. All right, I feel sorry for the first guy that comes forward. Yo. Oh.
He did come forward, right?
I remember that, man.
I'm just saying. And I said that not to throw him under a bus, but I said that because think about how everybody responded when he came out.
Oh, yeah, they went in. And it made it worse because he was this big, swole, football built.
All in the same breath, though, it's one of them situations where it's like, it's not about muscle or size because when you're in a situation where you're dealing with, where you're dealing with, when you're dealing with people in powerful positions that have control over your career. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys got to grow up. You guys got to grow up.
But just imagine this nigga Terry Crews and just imagine like some old corny ass Hollywood. How the fuck did he?
You're going to do it, Terry.
How did he get away with that shit?
You want this role?
And Terry said, I'm a black man. I didn't want to.
Yeah. Okay.
My nigga.
I mean, we are a reactive bunch, man. So it was very confusing when that story came out on like how things were handled. But
and black folks will blame you for your own sexual. They'll
do all.
Happen to you.
Yeah, they'll do.
How
that.
old was you, nigga?
They look at that. They look at that.
23.
Nigga, you.
What you mean it happened to you after you got out the club?
He didn't do nothing to him. You let her.
And they looking at Terry like, Why you didn't just clothesline them?
Yeah, but that's exactly, that's exactly hard. That's exactly how we are as a culture, dog. We is fucked up in that instant.
Why you didn't just smack him? Tell him no.
Because what we do is we point out resolution or solutions that you could have did. Like, ain't you a cop, nigga? Why did you?
Don't you know karate is something?
So they paid all that money for karate, and you didn't use none of it.
Don't you own a gun? Don't you own a gun?
How much can you live again?
Yeah. I don't want to hear you rapping. No more gangster rap, sir.
Yeah.
This
all right?
nigga Terry Crews like, why you go and work out again? Like, what's the point?
We the first ones, man. We the first ones. It was crazy.
Trauma, man.
Yeah, definitely trauma.
So none of the muscles helped.
So you didn't like...
Yo, we out. We out, bro. We out, dog. We out, man. Yo, I'm sorry about
you
this,
couldn't
y'all.
pop lock your way out of that
Yo,
one.
I'm sorry, y'all folks. I'm sorry about this. I'm sorry about
But
this.
look,
Yo,
he the same nigga.
nah.
He was trying so hard to go after Money Mike.
I'm muting.
When he after Money Mike?
Yo, you listening?
Aggressively, though.
You are listening to the No Shit Podcast. I'm your host, Dizzy D Spill, and unfortunately, my co-host in the building,
Jelani Evans.
Secure Poe.
Until next time, peace. Just disregard that last 10, 15 minutes.
Or enjoy it.
Nah, don't enjoy that, nigga. That's called consent.
Enjoy the jokes.